Welcome to the Enchanted Heart SMP, the second installment of the Heart SMPs, and the first one that's being recorded. Wait, what? What's this? What are you talking about? It's the newish SMP I'm in. Let me give you a quick explanation. First off, what is the Heart SMP? The Heart SMPs are a collection of short, session-based SMPs with a twist, similar to the popular Life series, Third, Last, and Double Life. In this series, however, we only have one life, essentially being in hardcore. In the series, this twist has some connections to the amount of hearts you have, thus being called the Heart SMPs. Here's a quick recap of the first installment. The first installment was called the 100 Heart SMP. In this series, you had the ability to gain more hearts, up to a total of 50 or 100 health points. Natural regeneration was disabled, so the only way to get more hearts was through the regeneration and instant health potion effects. The amount of health you had determined your tier, which changed your name color on the sidebar, where everyone could see your health, and in some cases gave you certain buffs and debuffs, which you can see up here. In this series, we only had 4 set sessions with pretty much no kills in the first 3, and the final session being a free-for-all. I only made it to 2 of the sessions, the second and the fourth one, but I still had fun. In the second session, I discovered an early game way to get to 100 hearts, simply for the fun of it. To my luck, there was both a dark oak forest and a small piece of plains within the borders of our world. Now, a suspicious tube made of an oxide daisy gives the regeneration effect, which restores 3 hearts, and I had access to all the necessary ingredients. That's how I became the first player at max health in the series. In the fourth session, I decided to jump into lava while holding as many oxide daisies as I could find, more than enough to get a player who was on half a heart to full health. I then became the second ghost, after Foxy, and spent the rest of the session thus flying around and watching fights play out. In the end, Solar, this guy, won the series, and after a pretty long final battle between him, Gwen, and Vency, well, the border shrunk down to 20 by 20. Now, on to Enchanted Heart. Enchanted Heart is the second installment of the Heart SMPs. Unlike 100 Heart, we don't have a limit on how many sessions there'll be, allowing more time for fun and building. The concept is pretty simple. The server is essentially a hardcore server, where if you die once, it's over, but with a lot of changes. Most importantly, you have a big thing to worry about, your XP level. In this series, you start with 30 XP levels, and it slowly decreases over time. When you reach level 0, you die, with your game mode being set to spectator mode. You can still die in any other way, with your game mode changing to spectator when you respawn. However, the server is set to easy difficulty, and we have a one-player sleep system, thus helping the series to last a little bit longer. When someone dies, they'll be classified as a ghost. Currently, we have 2 ghosts, one of which decided to become one due to an issue with their voice chat not working, and another one who fell into lava in the nether. In total, we have 8 players: Foxy, Solar, Gwen, Bobsky, Superlord, Pain, Bryce, and Gwen. Superlord and Gwen are the ghosts, and Gwen, Foxy, and Solar are the members who've been uploading their POVs since session 1. If you're a living member of Enchanted Heart, skip to the time skip ones shown on screen. Starting off with session 1. We started off messing around before actually starting the session. When we did eventually start, I ran off in the direction of the nearby ocean. There, I started setting up a small camp, along with a pen with 3 chickens. Sometime during the session, Bryce came to tell me that he found a mineshaft and wanted to show it to me. The mineshaft itself was pretty decent, with me finding 1 minecart with a little bit of loot. We didn't manage to find a spider spawner, but we did manage to find a zombie spawner in a cave nearby. Due to how valuable any spawners are, we decided to steal it up temporarily, until we could think of a plan. After that, I went back to build my seaside base, which is pretty small to be honest. In about the last half hour of the session, Foxy came to see how I was progressing, and was pretty shocked when I told him I only had 9 levels left. After that, I ate rotten flesh just to mess with him a little bit more, and then promptly crashed twice while trying to see how much time I had left on the hunger effect. Apparently, the mod just enough the effect description causes a string overload when hovering over it. By the time I successfully relogged, the session was over. Next, session 2. In this session, I spent most of my time at the XP spawner at spawn, waiting so my levels can go up enough so I don't die early on. It's super slow, so I didn't get much done. I finished the vase and moved everything inside pretty quickly. After that, I just kinda stayed at the spawner, chatting with whoever happened to be there at the time. Bryce and I talked about our further plans for the spawner. We found out that some of the others have found the spawner, but it was a spider spawner in that same mineshaft that we apparently missed. We debated about the idea of forming alliances with someone else who knew how to build an EXP farm, but we couldn't really decide on anyone good. Plus, the person I had in mind was always surrounded by other players. So, at some point, Bryce left to go take out the area. During that whole time, we had our first canon death. Gwyn, who was in the nether with Foxy and Pain, fell into lava while dealing with a ghast. That's also where the crowd "Revenge for Gwyn" came from, which Foxy said as he killed the ghast that ended Gwyn's POV. After that, I made a grave for Gwyn. It has a pretty big gravestone and a bunch of random items on the ground. After a while, I got bored and decided to make either 6 or 7 more graves. I'll confirm when I play again, which are currently open and ready to be decorated on next death. Essentially, I became the Undertaker of the Enchanted Heart SMP. Yeah. And that's it for this video. Expect videos to be posted semi-weekly on Friday afternoons at 4 p.m. GMT. Due to how unpredictable our sessions are, considering that most members are currently on their vacation, we might skip some weeks. In the meantime, you should check out some of the people who have already uploaded their POVs and subscribe to them while they're there. Not forced though. I'll link their accounts in the description, but they're all on my profile. That's all I have to say today. See ya when we post session 3. Hopefully. Bye!